But Jason doesn't realize that the recipient's email server is flagged for suspicious activity due to a completely unrelated investigation. The FBI is already monitoring that server. Jason's email hits a keyword trigger for domestic threats. Within 6 hours, a federal analyst has a printout of Jason's email on their desk. Within 12 hours, they have a warrant for his subscriber information. Jason is no longer just a manager in Chicago. In the eyes of the government, he is a potential subject in a threats investigation. Step by step, the machinery of the state starts moving. Because the email crossed state lines, meaning it was sent from Illinois to a server in Virginia, it falls under federal jurisdiction. The FBI doesn't just stop at that one email. They use it as probable cause to look deeper. They get a warrant for his entire Gmail history. They see his searches for how to settle a debt, but they also see a search from 3 years ago about firework permits for a 4th of July party. To a prosecutor, these two things start to look like a plan. Imagine the tension. Jason is at home playing with his kids, completely unaware that blocks away, agents are talking to his neighbors. They're asking if he's ever expressed anti-government sentiments or if he has a violent temper. Jason's life is being dismantled in the dark, all because of one sentence he sent in a moment of anger. Let's break down the law here, because this is where it gets scary for the average person. Under the Fourth Amendment, you are protected against unreasonable searches and seizures. Usually the police need a warrant to read your mail, but there's a massive exception called the Third-Party Doctrine. When you send an email, you are voluntarily sharing that information with your email provider. Like Google or Microsoft, you are voluntarily sharing that information with them because you gave it to them. The courts have often ruled that you have a reduced expectation of privacy. Basically, the government doesn't always have to knock on your door to see your secrets. They just have to knock on Google's door. By the way, if you're realizing just how vulnerable your digital life is, please drop a like on this video. It helps us get this information out to more people so they don't end up in Jason's shoes. Now here is the twist. Jason eventually finds out he's under investigation when he's pulled over for a broken taillight and realizes there's a federal NAR note on his file. He panics. He does the one thing that turns a manageable situation into a prison sentence. He calls the former partner and tells him to delete that email. Stop right there. That is a massive mistake. In the federal system, that is called their obstruction of justice and witness tampering. The original email might have been dismissed as a harmless rant once a lawyer got involved. But the moment Jason tried to interfere with the evidence, he committed a fresh, undeniable crime. The FBI loves word process crimes. Even if they can't prove you intended to carry out a threat, they can easily prove you tried to hide the evidence of that threat. So what do if you find yourself in a situation where you've sent something you regret or you suspect the authorities are looking at you? First, stop talking, stop typing. Do not send follow-up emails trying to explain what you meant. Every explanation you send is just more data for them to analyze. Second, do not delete anything. As I said with Jason, deleting evidence is often seen as a separate, more serious crime than the one they were originally looking for. Third, call a lawyer who specializes in federal criminal defense. Federal court is not like state court. The rules are different, the judges are different, and the sentences are much, much longer. Jason's story ends with a deferred prosecution agreement. He didn't go to prison, but he lost his job, spent $50,000 on legal fees, and and is now on a list he will never get off. All because he thought an email was just talk. Subscribe to Courtroom Secrets, because what you don't know about the law can absolutely hurt you. We're here to make sure you have the knowledge to protect your future. Proceed. The digital world is a permanent record. Treat every email like it's being read by a judge, because one day it might be. Stay safe, stay smart, and keep your secrets close. I'm David Hanna, and I'll see you in the next one. In the next video, I'll show you a case where a single word spoken during a routine traffic stop changed the entire verdict and cost a man his house. You won't believe how much power one syllable can have.